How did things finish up in school and how did you kind of come to get into Foroige?
Well, I think it was first year when I started getting into a little bit of trouble. I think they might have gave the Way Project a call one day and said, like, Malcolm McDermott's here, can you give him a hand out with things like he's having a bit of trouble in school and that. So I think that's how I got in here.
I moved school in second year, and Christmas in second year. And then when I got to the new school, I was the same, getting in trouble like. And it was one of the teachers, I think, she contacted the Way Project and basically the same, just said Joseph's over here getting in a bit of trouble, giving him a hand out, like it was pretty much the exact same. Siobhan got in contact then, so.
How did you become aware of what Sicap does?
Siobhan said to me that there was a manual handling course coming up. She said there's a Zoom meeting on it, so I wouldn't have to go anywhere to do it, and we just did it then from there.
And how did you find the manual handling, being that it was online and that there was no...
It was easier than I thought. I thought it'd be a lot harder with it being online and like you having to see if we were lifting stuff or not, but that was pretty easy as well, so it was a lot better than I thought it'd be.
Siobhan actually rang me one day and said to me that I had an opportunity to do a few CVs and got a few of them printed out there a few weeks ago and started handing them in and luckily got a job. So.
And where's that job? Tell us a bit about that.
In the Mariner just up the street. We got a job in there doing kitchen porter and prepping.
You wrote out a CV for me as well, and she just talked through some of the stuff I've done, some work I've done, work experience, that kind of thing that I've done. And it was a lot better than I thought I'd get out of a CV. It was a lot more information than I'd have got on one. So it's good to have always. So.
What do you think is the difference with maybe a CV from Sicap as opposed to a CV that you might do yourself?
It has more of a structure. I wouldn't know where to put all the different information points and things like that. Never had to write one before, so it was handy to not just have the CV now, but to know like the structure of it and where all the information goes as well.
Think back 2 or 3 years ago, things that you've forgotten about, like, and then Siobhan's there and she's like, oh, well, you done this and you done that, and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So it's handy to put down on the CV at the end of the day, like.
My name's Siobhan. I'm a youth justice worker for the Foroige Way Project. Way stands for Wicklow Action for Youth. We are a Garda Youth Diversion project, so the whole idea and aim of the project is to promote focused and effective interventions to challenge and support young people and divert them from antisocial behaviour.
My name is Keith. I work with Sicap, which is Social Inclusion and Community Activation Programme within County Wicklow Partnership. I'm an Enterprise and Employment Officer, and we would work with people who would be in the hardest to reach areas or who would be the most removed from reaching employment. So we try to work with those individuals to get them back into work, or in some cases setting up their own businesses or areas like that.
I've worked with Sicap development officers in the past, and I contacted yourself about engaging 2 young people that are involved in the Way Project on a Safe Path course.
And it actually sounded like a really cool project, I suppose. So I was saying, right, look, I need to get in and have a chat with you and introduce myself.
So we sat down and we discussed loads of different opportunities for the young people involved in the project and how we could work together. After we did the CV workshop, COVID struck. And you were doing the online manual handling. It was a concern of mine that they wouldn't engage as well online and not been face to face, but they were really engaged. So we made sure that all the young people had sufficient access to Wi-Fi, and one of the young people actually we loaned out a laptop just so that they could participate in anything that was offered to them that they wanted to take part in.
During the lockdown and that, I was meant to go back to school and do my 2 exams that I failed during the junior cert, and because of COVID-19 and lockdown I didn't get the chance to go back, so I couldn't go back to my job because I didn't have my junior cert there to get the qualification that I needed. So yeah, it really has had an impact. Like,
I got a lot more work over COVID because obviously my boss was busy and he had no one else in there to help him out. So he brought me in and I was doing lambing for him over COVID, so I was up there every day. As for the looking for jobs, that was different. Doing the courses with yourselves online and stuff like that, that was different. Never done that before, so it was new.
What are you hoping Sicap can help with as you're in Foroige? Is there any kind of aspects that you think Sicap would be able to help you out with?
I'd definitely say the safe pass. If I can get a safe pass as well in there, then that would really help me for jobs going forwards. So I need that for jobs that I'd want to do. I'm doing farming at the moment, but there's construction sites that I've been as well that I'd need a safe pass to even just go on the site just to have it, you know. So if Sicap can help me get a safe pass, then that'd be handy.
What supports career guidance wise could Sicap offer you to help you achieve maybe a longer path?
I want to go into some sort of farm contracting or something like that. Maybe in the long term now, some sort of my own company or something like that.
we're doing the leadership course with Siobhan at the moment, and at the end of it in September you qualify from NUI in Galway, so hopefully now that'll be a big boost.
Everything that we've done together so far has been really positive for all the young people involved, and I think it has really helped to give them direction on where they want to go and what they want to do. I think the career guidance would be a brilliant next step for a number of the participants, just to give them that focus of where they want to go and how to get there.
I suppose maybe a 2 or a 3 year plan of what do you want to do, and if you want to become that, what's the next step, what do you have to do to become it?
Yeah, and like employment and education are so important in the work that we do, and it's really important for us to have really good links with other agencies, and I think being involved with Sicap has been really good for them, and going forward it's really going to help them with their employment.
Hi, my name is Mark Hetherington. I'm actually the person that made the film that you're watching. I just wanted to mention how I took the journey from having been made redundant via my Intrio office, who recommended a Sicap course in filmmaking. It sent me on quite a journey over the last couple of years, and it has led to me, with Keith's help, to set up my own business as a photographer and videographer. And I'm in the unusual position now where I'm actually making a film for the people who facilitated the course that I went on. So I have a lot of people that I'm very grateful to. So thank you for watching.